Hi there, class. I just want to explain to you how you could get an answer for these questions here. So first things first, you should be focusing on the fact of the common denominator. Is it a common denominator right now? 3x plus 1. It is, because it's on both sides. So on the left fraction and the right fraction. So that means you're just going to do 2 minus x plus 2. But keep in mind, there's a negative sign between them. So that means that negative that's between the both fractions, the right fraction is going to apply a negative 1 to x and a negative 1 to plus 2. So that would change. So that would be 2 minus x minus 2. And then you're going to realize it's just going to be negative x on top. So what is the numerator when the following expression is simplified? Just negative x. What is the result when the following expression is reduced to lowest terms? So in this case, they both have the same common denominator, but you could actually factor out a common denominator here in the sense of taking out a 2. So what's going to happen here is that you're going to have 2, open the bracket, 2x minus 1. So that would basically mean your non-permissible value, or all the following anyways, x cannot be 1 over 2. But then you need to add the tops. So x plus x is 2x, plus 3 minus 4, you're going to get minus 1, 2x minus 1. And we just learned that 2x minus 1 is what we just made in the brackets of the denominator. Those are going to cross out. So that means your final answer would be 1/2. In this question, there's many ways you could go around it. You could substitute 11 into a, or you could actually have factors for each one and then cancel it out, and then you could actually know what a is going to be. So if I type in a into my calculator by doing 2 times 11 squared plus 11 minus 8, do the same thing for the bottom of the left-hand denominator fraction. 11 squared plus 7 times 11 plus 6. And the same thing on the top numerator fraction. 11 squared plus 5 times 11 minus 3. And then 11 squared plus 7a plus 6. You would get an answer to put in here once you figure out it's the nearest hundreds. If I'm not mistaken, it's 0.59. I did this earlier today, but now on top of my head, I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to basically guess. Let's say 5/8. I just have a feeling it's that. I was wrong. Okay, so in that case, you're going to be realizing they've actually solved it by factoring out. Now keep in mind the 6a plus 6 and a plus 1, how that's determined. You need to ask yourself what two numbers make a product of 6, but when you add them make 7. So that's 6 and 1. Hence 6 times 1 makes 6, 6 plus 1 makes 7. Hence the following. The same thing is going to happen when you do the top. A squared minus 4a minus 5. So what two factors make negative 5? And when you add them, make negative 4. So negative 5 times positive 1, you're going to make negative 5 when you multiply them, and when you add them, you make negative 4. So from there, you will realize that a plus 1 cancels out, and you have a minus 5 and a plus 6. Now you can make it easier for your life by doing 11 minus 5 over 11 plus 6. That's one way you could do this question. Have a good day.